que me acaricia. Eres mi calma y mi tormenta, por el que mi alma se desliza.
12 best Italian desserts. If the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Italian recipes is decadent plates of spaghetti and meatballs, thin crust pizza, or heaping piles of caprese salad, you are probably not alone. Italian appetizers and entree recipes are some of the most beloved in the world. Italian cuisine is so much more than pizza and pasta. Save yourself the long-haul flight and spend an afternoon indulging in these ultimate Italian desserts. I think what I love the most about Italian desserts is their focus on natural flavors. You won't see any thick frostings or fillings, but rather fresh flavors and just enough sweetness to curb your cravings. Of course, they do have a love for certain delicious dairy products, like ricotta and mascarpone, adding such a lovely tang to their creamy dishes. Most Italian desserts are surprisingly simple to make, and some of these are simply Italian twists on more classic, basic recipes. In other words, no matter what your level of comfort is in the kitchen or baking aisle, these 12 recipes are ones that you can tackle confidently. Number 1. Italian butter cookies. You'll likely recognize these cookies as the kind that pop up all over during the holidays. A cross between shortbread and sugar cookies, they are perfect for any occasion. The flavor is in the name. Butter cookies. These are so rich, and I highly recommend not adding a glaze or frosting to let that buttery goodness shine. Since the dough is enriched with eggs, it has a lovely color. And to get the fantastic swirl, you'll need to pipe the dough onto your baking sheet. Number 2. Strawberry gelato. To guarantee homemade gelato's luscious consistency and purity of flavor, Il Laboratorio del Gelato owner John Snyder suggests thickening gelato with cornstarch rather than eggs. The result has less palate coating fat than ice cream and lets the fruit shine. Number 3. Lemon ricotta cake with almonds. Lemon and ricotta are a match made in cake heaven. Zesty, creamy, tangy, and perfect with some toasted almonds. Ricotta provides the same fantastic moisture to this cake as you would expect from sour cream full fat only, please. Along with giving a bit of extra sweetness. Sour cream gives a tang to cakes, which I usually love. But since this cake is full of zesty lemon flavor, using ricotta really helps to balance that out. Number 4. Chocolate vanilla berry panna cotta tart. Panna cotta is a silky smooth, creamy dessert made from sweetened cream and gelatin. Alone, it's elegant and simple. In this tart, it's sweet, dreamy, and full of rich flavors. I love the chocolate-flavored pie dough used in this recipe. It adds terrific color contrast and makes such a nice change to the regular tart shells we typically see. Number 5. Thick Italian hot chocolate. Italian hot chocolate is a mug full of creamy, deliciously thick hot chocolate, made with real chocolate and milk. The ultimate comfort food. Having spent a couple of winters in France and Italy, I've been rooting forever when it comes to hot chocolate. I just can't look at a pack of Swiss Miss the same. What makes it so good? Well, they use real chocolate, for one thing, and lots of it. Essentially, they make a thin chocolate ganache. Talk about drool-worthy. Number 6. Italian almond tart. These are much more of an Italian sugar cookie. They have a delightfully mild lemony flavor and tasty crunch while still being melt in your mouth tender. So, what makes these so different? Well, the recipe calls for a boiled egg yolk. You'll need to make hard-boiled egg yolks and grate them before mixing them into the dough. Not only will this prevent too much gluten from developing, which can make it tough, it also keeps from weighing the dough down, making it super light. Number 7. Italian Easter cake. Colombo. A traditional Italian Easter cake is the perfect cake for the occasion as it's shaped as a dove, the symbol of peace in fact. Colombo translates to dove in Italian. The yeasty cake is similar to its Christmas counterpart panettone, but instead of candied fruit and raisins, it's topped with candied fruit, sugar and almonds. Colombo is delicious on its own, but it can also be served with berries, spreads, cream or chocolate. Perfect as an Easter dessert, it can also be enjoyed for breakfast or as a snack with some tea. Number 8. Zeppole. These Italian donut holes are light, fluffy, and melt in your mouth good. After frying, these donuts are coated in powdered sugar for the perfect bite-sized treat. It's a classic that never gets old. But if you want to change things up, you can use cinnamon sugar for a tasty twist. Number 9. Raspberry jam bomboloni. Whenever Chef Kate Newman serves bomboloni Italian donut holes, they disappear immediately. They are easy to prepare in advance and then fry at the last moment, she explains. And they are also quite easy to dress up. Newman fills the donut holes with fruit jams or chocolate ganache, then rolls them in sugar and spices like anise and cardamom as soon as they come out of the frying pan. Number 10. Easy panettone recipe. Panettone is a Christmas favorite that you've probably seen standing tall in all the stores. It can be plain, chocolate, or loaded with dried fruits. Unfortunately, it can also be time-consuming to make at home. As a cross between sweetbread and a cake, it usually needs lots of time to rise, and it's typically a multi-day process. Not to mention it is usually hung upside down to cool. For this simplified version, you only need to rest the dough twice, and you can bake it right in a lined baking dish. Just remember to add enough parchment to account for the growth this baby is tall. Number 11. Easy tiramisu cake. You can use any vanilla cake you want to make, including a boxed mix. In fact, I recommended it to save time. Don't be shy with the coffee syrup, making sure it soaks in all over the surface of the cake. If you have espresso powder, all the better, but you can honestly make this just as good with instant coffee. I've been making a modified version of this for years using coffee and rum cake, with a Bailey's infused whipped cream and mascarpone frosting. To die for. Number 12. Sfogliatelle. Sfogliatelle is the most famous of Napoli desserts. The word itself translates to lobster tail in reference to the seashell shape created from the layers and layers of dough that crisps when baked. The clam-shaped pastry has delicate thin outer layers filled with a mixture of sweetened ricotta cheese and citrus orange peel, sometimes chocolate or cinnamon depending on the bakery, giving it just the right amount of sweetness. They come in different sizes, so you can enjoy one as a dessert or have a smaller one with a coffee for a sweet snack. It's fun to eat, and best of all, it can be enjoyed virtually any time of day. You've got to love a place where eating pastry in the middle of the day is not only socially acceptable, but highly encouraged. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe for more interesting videos like this. Thank you.